Hi Scorpio, thank you for joining me for your weekly tarot for the week of November 26th through December 2nd. We'll go ahead and start with your channeled writing. Though headstrong, ease back on the reins and allow your soul to flow through more fluid. It is time to let go, regain the fullness of your soul, and really embracing it, but not controlling it. Life will be as smooth as you allow the river to flow. Trust it will carry you where you need to go. Wow. All right, let's get into your cards today. We have opportunity and healing and medicine. So this one right here shows a woman at a gate. You know, it looks like the gates are open. The opportunity is there. Are you going to take it or keep looking back? You know, you make the steps forward. You choose to walk through that gate if you really choose to. You know, healing and medicine. I feel that you are a spiritual warrior. Somebody who has a lot of words to give people. Somebody that with those words, it is medicine, it is healing to the soul. You know, you help guide people back to their centered place. You know, you show those people where the gate is. You know, and then next up we have energy, strength, and positivity. So it looks like your strength is your positive energy. You know, the strength that you have to keep going, even though in the past, you know, it seems like in the water or in the river of life, it seems like there could be turbulence or barriers put in your way, but you never let that get to you. You'd always remove those barriers, remove those blockages, you know, and you just kept swimming, you know, and, you know, you have that energy to keep going. I feel like you're somebody who has an abundant amount of energy and strength, you know, so use that to shine positivity, you know, wherever you go, and help others find their strength also. Next up, we have bring love into the situation and don't let pride get into your way. So just as I was saying, you know, let yourself shine, bring that positivity, bring that love to not only yourself, but to those around you, you know, because it is a co-creation of existence. You know, the people that we see on day to day, the interactions that we have, it is a co-creation between them that creates our reality. And it's those situations that help us get to where we're going. You know, we all are in this together and we're all helping each other out, you know, so by bringing love into it, and loving those moments, loving our past, loving ourselves, loving those things that we didn't, you know, see were worthy of love, even within our own selves, you know, in the past, just finding a way to turn that around and see the good in it, you know, and don't let pride get in your way. You know, sometimes, especially being somebody who is very powerful with your words, you see that there's a lot of power in them. You know, there's, you know, creational spells in what we say. You know, you are what you say you are. You know, you are what you eat. So just make sure that you're nourishing your body, your environment with positivity, you know, because if you let the ego get in the way, then you're allowing stress and frustration to also come in and create blockages, and then the river isn't flowing as smoothly anymore. There's that friction and there's those bumps that come along. And it's mostly because, you know, with the ego and pride, those are characteristics of our not authentic self, you know, and with life and day-to-day events, sometimes it can get hard, you know, to remember to stay centered, to stay grounded. You know, don't let your ego get the best of you, you know, and that's okay. But also love yourself for that, because noticing those moments is one step to recognizing yourself and responding to it instead of reacting to it. That way, when you see that you're starting to step into your non-authentic self, you know, with the ego and the pride, then you can recognize it and pull back and, you know, really step into your authenticity with love and boundlessness. Next up, we have struggle. It's all good and new day, you know, and that's exactly it too. You know, sometimes it can be a struggle, you know, to remember to even love ourselves, to remember to give as much love to ourselves as we give the world around us. You know, you seem like somebody with a huge heart that is really into helping people, you know, and sometimes with that, a lot of people give gratitude, you know, those things that make our head blow up. And, you know, that's when also ego and pride can get in the way too, is like the over indulgence in those compliments, and that knowing that you are changing the world, but then putting yourself on a pedestal like you're high and mighty when you're just as mighty as everybody else around you, you know? And whatever you're struggling through, just know that it's okay. You know, you don't always have to struggle, because there's always a new day, you know, a new day. And there's a little dragonfly and a sun on there, you know, and dragonflies are also a sign of new beginning, of magic moments. You know, dragons fly, you know, magical moments that come to our lives. They're beautiful signs from nature, even to show us that, you know, even though this moment, you know, is a moment, there's always a time and a place where you could take what actually any moment you can change. You know, it's literally all there is right now. So if you want a moment to continue to be a struggle, then you can allow it or make it continue to be a struggle. But you have the choice, you have the power, you know, you have the energy within you, even if you don't realize it, to change that now moment instantly, you know, and turn everything around, turn that frown upside down and make a change, you know, make a choice that's different. Choose to be the change you choose to see, you know. And sometimes it may seem so simple, you know, is just that, but it really is as simple as that, you know. If you're arguing with somebody, you have a choice in that moment to continue the argument, perpetuate it, you know, instigate it, or you have that moment to, you know, self-reflect and be like, you know what, I don't choose to fight anymore. You know, it's okay. I know you're going through a hard day or whatever situation you're going through, you know, because sometimes when somebody's fighting or when somebody's instigating a problem, it's their way of asking for help and they just don't know how to ask, you know. And a lot of people, you know, they feel like they want to be independent, that they can do it on their self, that they can take on the world, and they don't like to ask for help or they just don't know how to ask for help. And sometimes it makes them feel insecure or insignificant or little or not good enough if they have to ask for help or if they have to reach out to somebody. So it's signs like that to be aware of, to know when somebody themselves are struggling or going through a moment. And instead of, fighting fire with fire, fight fire with love, and literally offer your hand. Hey, I know you're going through something. Is there anything I can do? Or just a smile. A smile can change somebody's entire life. Save a life with a smile, turn that frown upside down. You have no idea how powerful joy and positivity and laughter is. You have no idea sometimes how powerful taking a dark moment and transmuting it into light can really be, until you do it and see the impact and have gratitude for yourself and love yourself, but it literally just takes one moment, this now moment, to make a decision, make that choice. Next thing we have, it's time to release negativity, and a win-win outcome is forecasted. We also have surrender to the divine. So it is a time about releasing negativity. It's funny, it's got a scorpion on it. Scorpions are known for their feisty tongue, and that's okay. Sometimes the hard truth is what people need. Sometimes that truth that people don't want to hear are the things they need to hear the most. And people can sugarcoat things all of the time, tiptoe around situations, but tiptoeing around something isn't going to solve the problem. Sometimes you literally have to be like, hey, be upfront, straightforward, and honest, and say, this has got to change. And if nobody wants to listen, sometimes you just got to do it yourself. So be that change. Release the negativity that you're holding on to. Release all the hard feelings too, and how you even see yourself. Because sometimes we don't see ourselves in the highest light, and that's okay, but it's those insecurities and those self-doubts and limiting beliefs that get us to look in and see part of ourselves that we didn't see, that we didn't expect to see, and really gets us to know ourselves on a much deeper level. So by taking that time to see where you're holding negativity or non-positive emotions or anything like that, you can take it and not only release it, but turn that frown upside down and make it into a strength. Make those negative things that you say about yourself into a strength. But again, don't let your ego get the best of you, And when you do that and you find balance within yourself, then that negativity is no longer, a negative thing. It's a win. That battle is no longer being fought, so it's a win. You're not fighting with yourself. That internal battle is not being fought, so the external battle is no longer being fought. So it's a win-win. You come into balance not only on the inside of yourself, but on the outside as well. And that's part of what surrendering to the divine is. It's literally asking yourself, what are those negative aspects that I'm still perceiving in a negative light? Like, how can I turn that frown upside down? And it's about letting go of the control, or, as Spirit says, releasing the reins a little bit. Let your soul through, let that vulnerable, authentic self shine through, that love, let that loving emotion shine through. Because, a lot of times, society, it gets us to believe that for some reason we need to have this tough external crust, this shell, that we have to act tough, that, oh, men don't cry, or, you have to be strong, things like that. But you know what? Real men do cry. Real people do cry because they're being real with themselves. They're honoring themselves by allowing their emotions to flow through them and not bundling it up because they feel like they have to be something that society tells them they have to be, or, what their external environment makes them believe to be. They could just be themselves. So surrender to the divine being that you are. Let that love shine through you. And, even if it makes you look soft, that's okay, because that's true strength. If you can do that, if you can allow that soft, vulnerable, loving self out, you can give so much strength to other people too. And so many people will just let down their guard and stop fighting. Also, be an inspirational light to the world around you, And also, I just feel like I need to pull one more here. It says the answers you need are coming. So all you have to do is ask. Ask your soul, what is it that your divine self needs to hear so that you can truly step into your light and be the full, authentic, bright, loving being that you are. All right. And then we have, I'm a miracle. Please be gentle and love yourself. Provide your body-mind with what it truly needs to carry you on your journey. That's right. Be gentle and love yourself. Because if you're too hard on yourself, it's not good. It's not healthy, And tough criticism or tough love, somebody can only take so much until it steers them away from their true self, So give yourself that gentle love, even if it's just to yourself to start out with. Stand in front of that mirror and tell yourself, I love you, self, and watch what your body does. Watch or feel the reaction that you get from it. It's quite amazing. It's really hard sometimes for people to look in the mirror and tell themselves that they love you. They love themselves. Try it out and see what it does, Drink lots of water too. All right, and then we have I am whole. Allow the parts of yourself you hide to make themselves known. In the light, you will see the wisdom they hold. And that's exactly what we're talking about. That true self, that authenticity, that soft side, that divine light, allow those parts to shine. The things that you hide because, you don't want to feel it. Sometimes running away from your emotions only gets you into more emotions. It only puts up more barriers. It only gets you more further away from yourself. And it's really time for you to embrace your soul, embrace your light, embrace your authenticity, and let your soul shine. Let the world see who you are, and be you. Don't be egotistical you and put yourself above everybody else, because everybody else is just as beautiful, just as bright, just as full of love and whole as you are, All right. One more card here. So, this is a real time, especially with your sign moving into Aquarius. So, your planet, so your ruling planet. So, Pluto, even for a small planet, it packs a powerful punch. They say that small, big things come in small packages. And with Pluto being as far out as it is, away from the sun, and being so small, the mass of that planet is massive. The magnetic pull creates big shifts, because even though as far as it is, with as tiny as it is, it's still magnetically attracted to the sun, and in that it does cause huge, massive shifts. And with it being in Aquarius, Aquarius is a very psychically in tuned sign. There's a lot of psychic abilities that open up, a lot of creativity, a lot of things in humanity, humanitarian acts and stuff like that. So it's not just the Aquarians that are affected by it, it's also the people with the ruling sign of Pluto, like you, like Scorpio, you know. So it's about taming down that fierceness that Scorpios are known for. And instead of using your tongue to fight war, which in the past has been something that we've perceived that needed to happen, you know, use that. Use your words to create a change, you know, a planetary shift, a shift for good, a shift for love, you know. All right, two more choices here and we'll pull your card. And we have 32, which is a 5, which is massive change. 5 is literally massive, massive change. And that's what we're doing right now. You know, we're preparing society, we're preparing the world for this massive change that everybody's been praying for, everybody's been hoping for, dreaming for, you know. And it's time to be that change. So there is a gentler way to proceed and obtain the same or even greater effect. Tame the wild and frenzied workings of the mind by grounding yourself with beauty, pleasure, and grace. Violence and its negative effects shall be overcome and healed through feminine gentleness and inner spiritual strength. This oracle is a sign of great future happiness. And literally, that ties everything in that we've spoken today in such a beautiful and elegant way. You know, violence isn't always the answer. There is many moments in time where it just took one man to change the world, you know, one man to end the war. So what if it just takes one human kindness to change it? The decision to be kind, you know, that one person to change it. And it could start with you, you know, be that change you choose to see. Because if you wait for that change to happen, will it ever happen? I don't know. If you put inspired action to your hopes and dreams of having a change, then it's that much closer. You know, you already made a change, even if it was just a change in yourself. And that in itself can inspire many around you to also take that action. So, anyways, much love, and I'll see you next time.